ראשון בצפון מערב אומנות ולימודים רוח ספורט וריקודים מחנה ראשון בצפון מערב Schechter, מחנה ראשון בצפון מערב, סולומון Schechter.
Steve Bunin inside the King 5 newsroom, which this morning is our Camp Solomon Schechter Northwest Bureau headquarters. That's what we're calling it. I am so proud to be your host for this morning's Schechter Spark event as we celebrate Camp Solomon Schechter and honoring Judith and Gary Kahn with the Rabbi Joshua and Goldie Stampfer of Blessed Memory Migdal Or Award. Now, I went to camp as a little kid. We never had the drone to get this great shot of it, but you always had the lake, the hill, and all the great things that went along with it. All three of my brothers went to camp. Two of them were lifers all the way from little kids to counselors. My daughter now goes there. We actually had her bat mitzvah there at Camp Schechter last summer. It was an unbelievable experience. And that's what we want to talk about today is how it is such a life-changing event for so many people and has been for generations. We're so glad you're joining us this morning here to celebrate the transformative power of camp and to honor the Kahns. And we hope you're inspired by the people and the stories that you're going to hear today, as together we can make sure that Camp Solomon Schechter is here for our kids, not just this summer, but for many more to come. Camp is such a bright spot for our children in a world filled with pressures. The requirements of their daily lives have kids constantly on the go. Ask any parent. It's certainly the case with our kid. If you're a parent, I'm sure it is the case with yours. Schechter gives them a chance to kind of let loose a little bit, be a little more carefree and have fun, make great friends, lifelong friends. They'll discover what's important to them and what they value in a fully immersive Jewish environment. Camp, it just gives the kids a chance. They can take risks. They can learn new things. They can, again, make friends that last a lifetime. A lot of camp friends are forever friends, best friends, true BFFs. And we have an unbelievable opportunity this morning with a record-breaking $200,000 matching pool. So think about that. Anything that we can all give, up to $200,000, instantly gets doubled. That's a huge opportunity to make a huge difference. So your gift, however small, however big, whatever it's going to be today, that will be doubled because of the amazing generosity of our matchmakers. And we want to certainly single them out. Now, one of them wants to remain anonymous, but we're thrilled to also thank Audrey Kovner and Diane Doherty, David Kahn, Stephen and Wendy Kahn,
Robert and Camille Kahn,
Sarah Kahn Glass and Jonathan Glass, Mary Lynn Reiner and the Reiner Family Foundation, Claire and Mayor Stampfer, Marcy and Terry Worth. With this match today, we have the incredible ability to raise significant funds for Camp Solomon Schechter, which we all love so much. Now, just like at camp, we're here to have fun as well. So we got an idea. Instead of being news anchor for the day, I'm going to be camp director. How hard can it be? If Zach Deutsch can do it, honestly, anybody can. Let's walk through a day at camp. So what does Zach always say? Let's go!
Let's go!
And what's the first thing we do at camp? I'm going to throw it over to our fantastic co-chairs, Jackie Lesh and Brian Schuer, to raise our flags and start the day.
Zach. Steve. We're so glad you're here at the flagpole today. Welcome everyone to the Camp Solomon Schechter Spark. We're so glad to have you here with us today. Let's get on with the day with camp. I'm Jackie Lesh.
And Brian Schuer.
Rabbi Stampfer, may his memory always be a blessing, started the quote, "Where Judaism and joy are one." Camp is the one place where kids get to go be children And for many, many children, they come from different Judaic backgrounds, from the child that goes to an Orthodox preschool to a child who doesn't even know what candle lighting is, and everything in between. And you take them to camp for 1, 2, as many weeks as they're going to go, and it gives them a chance to run around, play, be rock climbing, swimming, arts and crafts, but yet every day still starts with flag raising and with prayers and doing Birkat Hamazon after meals. So for children, it truly is a place where Judaism and joy are one. And coming out of the pandemic, kids need it even more today.
The event this year is such a opportunity to speak of the success and the generations. And knowing the relationship with Judy and Gary and the camp really defines what camp has become. From 1954 to today, it truly has become generational. And I don't know how one defines L'Ador V'Dor better than with Camp Solomon Schechter and the involvement particularly of the Kahn family.
And I think the spark of camp continues for many campers. And I think if you ask many, many campers, one of their favorite memories will be the lights. That's the spark of camp. That's what keeps camp growing and going, and from generation to generation.
And so the flag is raised, the degel is up, and now it's back to you, Camp Director for a day, Steve.
Thank you so much, Jackie. And Brian, the Kahns have been a bright light for our Camp Solomon Schechter community. Every Friday night at camp, if you've been there, we light the Shabbat candles. And when we light the candles together, we mark our entrance into the sacred time of Shabbat. It's a magical time at camp. And we light not one, but 2 candles every Shabbat. One is to Shomer, to keep, and the other is to Zocher, to remember. Judith and Gary together represent these 2 lights, keeping the future of Schechter secure while remembering the rich tradition from which we came. That special experience, light at camp, it's a great example of the sacred space that we're able to create. It takes us into the next stop on our morning schedule also. Campers, come with me to the amphitheater. Time for tefillah. And we have a treat this morning. Josh Niehaus and Chava Morel here to sing a song about light. Josh and Chava, take it away.
Thanks, Steve. It's such an honor to be a part of this wonderful event, and congratulations to the Kahn family. You know, at camp, tefillah is such a special part of the day. We get together as a community to start our day off right with intentions and beautiful singing.
In honor of our theme of light, we would love to introduce this liturgical setting by Rabbi Josh Marshavsky, thanking the source of light and life.
Boker Tov, Camp Solomon Schechter, and back to you, Steve.
What a beautiful song. The light of camp, you can feel it all around us this morning. And investing in camp makes it possible for so many campers to feel that warmth, that connection. When you're at camp, the kids, they get the space to be curious, to be creative, to be compassionate, to be courageous. They'll take new risks, find new light inside of themselves, and they can do this because of your generosity and support. So let's come together, investing in camp today and creating these moments for the campers. Maybe your company matches. I found out when I was donating that my company did, and all of a sudden, you know, I got almost like a double or it would be a triple match if we donate today. So check it out. That's another way you can increase how much of the money goes right to camp. We want to thank you for all you are providing for our community. All right, that is a little exhausting. Maybe being camp director is a little harder than I thought. Who knew? Zach? All right, now it's time for a little break. Let's go to cabin time, find out who's hanging out in the bunks.
So fun to be here all together for bunk time. Camp is such an amazing place, and it's one of my favorite places ever. And I got to spend so much time here last summer being an ODED, which was such an amazing experience for me. And I got to meet so many amazing people who are now some of my closest friends. And it's so fun to be here in the bunk, to be able to honor our grandparents who I love so much.
Jacob, you're so right. This is so fun to be here all together. The only thing that would make it better is if Pop and Schechter were here with us. They're so sweet and they're so fun to be with, and that would be so awesome. And I just wanted to say that Pop and Schechter are so inspiring to me and to all of us, with their sense of community and the way that they just give to everyone around them and all the causes that they care about. And they're so inspiring and so generous and so loving. And I think we've all learned a lot from them.
I totally agree with you, Dahlia. I miss Often Papa so much, and I really, partly why I love camp so much and miss camp so much and get camp sick when I'm away from camp is because they really made me love camp and realize how amazing it is to be part of such a great community. And it's such an amazing opportunity to get to be at such a great camp that they have helped build.
You really said it, Abby. It's just such a great place. And Papa and Schechter are just such great sources of community and feeling our Judaism and just feeling a connection to camp by their history and our family history, and being able to see our family history throughout camp's history. And it's just such an amazing thing to be able to see.
Totally, Michael. They've created such an awesome legacy that we get to be a part of. But the awesome thing about them is that they make everything feel like camp, not just at Camp Solomon Schechter. They're always bringing the Ruach, even if that's in the family talent show, or if it's in just being excited about everything that we're doing, or coming to visit us on Visitors Day. They're always bringing this really positive enthusiasm and energy. And they bring that to camp constantly over all of the years that they've been involved. They're just so amazing and such awesome role models to look up to.
Yeah, I totally agree. They're really, truly the best. And I feel so honored that we get to be here and to honor them, because they're just truly the best. And I wanted to add that I feel like I've learned so much from them over the years about just asking questions, staying curious, learning from new people and trying new things. And I feel like they're always just putting themselves out there. And it's so great to see them at any age just living life and being the best they can be. And I love them so much, and we all appreciate them so much.
Yeah, Ellie, I totally agree. And I don't know if you guys knew this about me, but when I was like a little baby camper at camp, I told everyone that my grandmother had been the director of Camp Solomon Schechter, and that my grandparents were always coming for random Shabbats and for Visitors Day. They were always at camp. And I thought that was so special that it was something that I got to share with them and share in their legacy with, as like someone who was walking in the footsteps of our whole family, and of them especially being like Schechter royalty.
That's
So
so
relatable,
sweet.
Rebecca.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Don't we all
Oh
need
no, I
coffee?
mean we're at camp.
Oh, crap. I remember sitting in traffic with Papa and Savta once and asking them about the meaning of life. They spoke about tikkun olam and mishpacha. May we live lives of change and may we spend time with family and create family. Love you all.
Guys, we need to go to the leave room. We're running late.
I don't want to leave bunk time with all of you.
I know, but it's gonna be so fun. It's with Uncle Robert, with Abba.
Okay, you're right. Let's go learn something.
Okay, we're handing this off to Uncle Robert.
I always wonder, what was it like for my parents to raise me and my siblings in Portland, Oregon in the 1970s and 80s? Was it easy? Was it difficult to live such a vibrant Jewish life as we did? My parents made it look easy, but something tells me it was harder than they made it seem. I want to describe to you what it was like to come home to the Kahn house on a Friday afternoon. I would walk into the door and music was blaring from the record player speaker system in the living room, and it was Hebrew music from the Hasidic song festivals. And then I would make a way into the kitchen and I would see a device that looked made for torture. It was strapped to the side of the counter, and actually it was for making chopped liver, this kind of grinder. I don't want to go into more details, but then I would notice that the dining room table was set. It was the only night of the week that we ate at that dining room table. Those Friday afternoons culminated in us gathering around the Shabbat dinner table, and my mother lighting for us Shabbat candles. I'm getting moved just because it's an image, it's a moment that'll, I guess, always be with me. I can picture that moment as clear as day right now. The light of those Shabbat candles and the Shabbat experience in the Kahn house really led my siblings and me and our children to the path of Jewish life, lived with intention. My mom and dad worked very hard to make the light really shine brightly in our Jewish home, and we will forever be grateful for it. Their decision to send us to Camp Solomon Schechter was definitely a big piece of this. Camp Solomon Schechter, where Judaism and joy are one, where Jewish expression is natural, it's embedded into the experience. It's Jewish immersion for a few weeks or more every year. And that serious infusion of living Jewishly was really important to our upbringing. That's what actually can come out of, God willing, the countless Jewish lives who have been touched by a summer at that special place, Camp Solomon Schechter. And I want to thank my parents, and I want to thank the Jewish community and everyone who made it possible from the Pacific Northwest. And for now, I want to send it back to our camp director, Steve.
All right, thank you, Rabbi. We are here to make sure that Camp Solomon Schechter, magical place, is always here for our children this summer and many, many more to come. The isolation of the past 2 years in the pandemic, it's still all around us, no doubt about it. And at Schechter, we can build experiences of connection and belonging that directly combat that kind of isolation, especially for our kids. The tools, the values of our tradition, from Shabbat and rest to Havdalah, and what's special and distinct, that they invite gratitude and joy and celebration and fun, caring for our earth and each other, inclusion, so much more. And with these tools at their disposal, they become so much more than what they were before. We watch our campers, our Odadim, our counselors and staff become kind and responsible citizens of the world as they develop a sense of significance and belonging. They see that what they do matters. They are the leaders of tomorrow. They are our light. And these moments wouldn't be possible without your support. You have a chance to help camp. Join us by giving a meaningful gift. If everyone helps, we can do something truly sensational. And we are truly lucky to have an amazing leader to carry the torch of our organization forward. I'm delighted to introduce our new board president, Jonathan Schwartz, to take us to Chug Aleph.
Thanks, Camp Director Steve. Now it's time for Chug Aleph. And today I'd like to thank all of you for being here with us. I'm Jonathan Schwartz, and I'm the board president for Camp Solomon Schechter. More importantly, I'm a camp parent to Liam, Eliana, and Gabriella. I serve on the board for the same reason I love camp. I believe Jewish identity is unbelievably important, and camp is an environment where my kids get an opportunity to figure theirs out, while it's easy for them to be Jewish and to be proud of being Jewish. I love hearing the stories that come back with my kids from camp, in part because it's clear they had such fun, formative experiences that helped them build independence, and also because it lets me relive my camp glory days from my childhood in New York. Like that time I was 12 and we set our bunk on fire. But don't worry, I'm not supervising any of our kids over the summer. That said, feel free to track me down at family camp to hear more. It's an awesome story. Currently, the board is focusing on the higher level strategic direction for Schechter. Thanks to your incredible support and amazing leadership, dedication, and energy on the part of all of our staff, we're coming out of the pandemic in an extremely strong position. Keeping our eye on the future, we've been working with Zach and the staff to reinvest a significant amount in camp improvements, and importantly, revising the organization's strategic plan to make sure we're ready to seize any potential opportunities that come up. For example, Washington's push for a week of outdoor school for students across the state. We're also focusing hard on ensuring our board is representative of the constituencies and the geographies that we serve. I'd like to give a tremendous thank you to our sponsors and matchmakers: Anonymous, Audrey Kovner and Diane Doherty, David Kahn, Stephen and Wendy Kahn, Robert and Camille Kahn and Sarah Kahn Glass and Jonathan Glass, Mary Lynn Reiner and the Reiner Family Foundation, Claire and Mayor Stamfer, and Marcy and Terry Worth. You are truly lights to our community, and we can't thank you enough. Camp Solomon Schechter began in 1954, and we now have generations of examples from thousands of campers that show us this works, and many of them are here with us today. Our campers maintain lifelong friendships and connections to each other, build Jewish families and homes, and light the way for the next generation to come. The spark ignited at camp lights the way for their Jewish futures forever. And who better to tell us what camp does than the campers themselves, our Kochavim, our brightest stars.
Hi, I'm Toby, and Camp Solomon Schechter is the Machane Rishon B'Tzvan Marav.
Hi, my name's Amari, and Solomon Schechter, what it means to me is just to have fun.
Hi, my name is Charlie Deutsch. Camp Solomon Schechter is the best place on earth. It is where you can have nature and friends at the same time.
I am Liat, and camp is special to me because of the community we build.
Hi, I'm Nettie, and Camp Solomon Schechter is my favorite place on earth.
Camp is amazing! Because it's fun in the aqua park.
Hi, my name is Jonah Deutsch, and Camp Solomon Schechter is one of the most fun places I've ever been.
Hi, I'm Michelle Gozaker, and Camp Solomon Schechter means to me a Jewish community full of friendships and fun. It's not only learning about Judaism, it's also about the friends that you make.
Hi, I'm Kayla Aronson. I've been going to camp since 2014, and to me, camp is my happy place.
Hi, my name is Mia Deutsch, and Camp Solomon Schechter is Disneyland to me because it's the happiest place on earth. Hi, I'm Madeline, and Camp Solomon Schechter is the best camp in the history of the world.
Hi, my name is Bailey Dice. Camp is the best place to have fun and learn Hebrew. I hope you can come next year and have fun with me. Bye!
Well, the moment you just saw would not be possible without you. Did you see the smiles, the sparks in their eyes, the love in their hearts as they shared their camp stories with us? Camp matters. And they look forward to being together at camp all year long. So again, we have this unbelievable $200,000 match available today, which means your gift gets doubled. Whatever you give, it's 2 times that. It's an amazing opportunity for our community. So join me to help secure this match. If we don't, who will? And here I thought being a camp director was going to be like a walk in the park. I feel like I need a break. Do camp directors get those? Zach? Do they?
Shalom Chavarim. It's so nice to see so many friends, families, camp alum, and the entire Schechter community online today. I'm Zach Deutsch, and I have the honor and distinct privilege of being the executive director of this life-changing institution. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for believing in our fully immersive mission. I feel the love and the passion in the Zoom room. The power of camp is real, and I'm excited to give you an update on everything Solomon Schechter. Before I get started, I wanted to give a special shout out to our co-chairs for their tireless effort. Brian Schur and Jackie Lesh, thank you. And to our honorees, Judith and Gary, you too understand the importance of Jewish camping and identity building organizations. You've had an incredible impact on your children and grandchildren, let alone hundreds of youth across the Pacific Northwest. You have committed your time, energy, and resources to Camp Solomon Schechter, and our community is unforgettably grateful. And to our remarkable matchmakers that challenge our community to give big, stretch their gifts, and support our beloved mission. Toda Rabbi. Your generosity is truly inspiring. Today, you have the opportunity to make history. Your generosity and support will have a significant impact today, tomorrow, and forever. I want to start with a brief story from the Talmud. One day, Choni was walking along his path when he saw a man planting a carob tree. Curious, Choni asked the man, "This tree, how long will it take to bear fruit?" And the man responded respectfully and honestly, 70 years. Choni was appalled. He asked, "Why would you plant a tree that wasn't even going to bear fruit in their lifetime?" The man simply responded, "My grandparents planted a carob tree so that I would be able to reap its fruit. Now I should do the same for my grandchildren." Choni was perplexed, but continued his day eating lunch and taking a nap. His nap turned into a 70-year deep sleep. When he woke up, he saw a young man picking fruit from a fully grown carob tree. He approached him and asked, "Did you plant this tree?" The man shook his head and said, "My grandfather planted this tree for me," knowing that 70 years later, it would grow into something that I could cherish and use. I'm guessing you're wondering why I would share this story during Schechter Spark and how it relates to Camp Solomon Schechter. Let me tell you how. One of the things we have learned from the pandemic is that taking care of our children's mental health is absolutely vital, and at CSS, we understand this and are investing in the mental health of our campers and staff. When we plant a tree, just like the man Choni saw did, we don't just plant it, then leave it alone. We are also obligated to care for it along the way. That care is what ensures that the tree grows healthy and strong. Some trees need a stake to hold them up during times of strong winds. So too do our kids need a support system to hold them up, and at Camp Solomon Schechter, we are making sure they have it. Even 2 years later, the pandemic continues to take a significant toll on the psychosocial, physical, and mental health of our campers and staff. At CSS, we are committed to providing our kids with exceptional mental, emotional, social, and spiritual support. Your investment in Camp Solomon Schechter have allowed us to create additional assistance and coping mechanisms to take care of our most prized possessions. Here's what your gift has allowed us to do. Over the last year, we've added an assistant director of camper care and inclusion and leveraged our parents as partners as we create strategies before campers arrive at camp. We've committed to training our staff in youth and mental health and suicide prevention and giving our staff the right tools to work with our campers. We've built a robust camper care team that has more experience in working with our kids and allows our bunk staff to pay attention to the entire group versus being taken away for one-on-one support. We've hired and partnered with therapists in the Jewish community to spend time at camp, to provide great counsel for our campers and staff. We're putting your dollars to work. These additional resources for mental health help reinforce our campers' ability to cope, express themselves, and navigate through their time at camp. Plus, they get to take their new skills and strategies back home and put them to work at school, with their friends, in their journey through life. Your investment has a real-time impact and will last a lifetime. Being inclusive is another core value at Camp Solomon Schechter. We believe that all children have the right to grow and learn and deserve whatever support it takes from adults and systems around them to do so. And that our Jewish heritage gives us so much wisdom and depth to help us bring that to life. And at Camp Solomon Schechter, we believe that you belong. We welcome and embrace interfaith families, Jews of color, campers with disabilities, families with socioeconomic barriers, Jews by choice, LGBTQI+ families, Jews of all observance levels, and your family. Creating a positive social environment is our #1 priority. We continue to develop our philosophy and approach at the same time, making sure the true essence of the Schechter experience will remain constant. We continue to make sure campers embrace our fully immersive setting and build meaningful relationships with their peers and staff. All our campers will be proud to be Jewish, and we will continue to help facilitate programming that will cement their Jewish identity for years to come. If the community didn't invest in me or create scholarship opportunities for me and my family, my life, my Jewish journey will be completely different. And I know I'm not alone. Summer camp tuition only covers 70% of our operating expenses. We try to keep our costs low as possible to keep the entry into camp wide open. But we need your support to cover the extra 30% so that all campers can have that life-changing experience. And to be the preeminent Jewish summer camp on the West Coast and to do extraordinary things, we need our community to continue to invest in our mission and help continue to bridge the gap. Your commitment to camp allows us to retain and add superstar staff talent, keeps camp affordable even when our costs go up. We can give out more scholarship dollars and add new and exciting programming. Through the generosity of Benjamin and Tria Diamond, they helped us replace all of our bunk beds with new beds, mattresses, and storage units. Yes, that's right. Our campers will be able to unpack their clothes this summer. A huge mazel tov to Ben and Nadine Gardner for building brand new outdoor teaching kitchen. Bobby and Zadie's kitchen will be a unique space for our campers to learn about Jewish culture, rituals, and tradition through food. Plus, it will include a state-of-the-art kosher pizza oven. The Samus Foundation continues to lead the way as they help us increase our compensation packages for seasonal staff and provide funding for camp to double down on mental health. The Powell Family Foundation, Nancy Powell Division, for investing in our song leading programming and funding a new music therapy program. I wish I could thank all our investors and funding partners, but every single investment from you has a significant impact. Stretching your gifts today will allow us to continue to support mental health of our campers and staff, build our program closer to our mission of inclusion, and provide needed scholarships for so many. We have an enthused camper base, and we're running waiting lists for the first time in recent memory. Our goal is to find every camper a spot, but we have limited space in several key age groups. Our retention rate soars above 90%, plus we're welcoming over 185 new first-time campers. 185 new campers is a significant milestone, and everyone tuning in today plays an integral role in our success story. Campers are like seeds that you plant in the soil for the first time. These seeds need to be watered, cared for, and tended to, and if you steward them in the right direction, be intentional, they will eventually begin to blossom. That flower will come back year after year if you pay attention to it, and they will continue to grow and finally bear fruit, just like in the story I shared at the beginning. If you prioritize our kids and facilities in our programming, your investment will pay off dividends today, tomorrow, and forever. Our campers will be kind, be respectful, and become leaders and ultimately give back to their communities, stand up and activate their voice, be proud to be Jewish, take on leadership roles, or become more active in USY, BBYO, join Hillel at university, or want to give back by being a camp counselor, maybe even become a rabbi like Rabbi Khan, or a Jewish educator like Beth Huppen, or become the next executive director of Camp Solomon Schechter, just like me. This is about your legacy. This is about your family values and role modeling what is right. This is about taking care of our kids. Schechter community, be the spark that lights the way. Jewish camp equals Jewish futures, and maybe even a fruit from a carob tree. Toda Rabbah.
Thank you, Zach. I'm Ilana Stamfer-Emlin, and I'm thrilled to be here today to give the Migdal Or Award to Gary and Judith Kahn, who are so dear to me and are such beacons of light in our community. My sister used to joke around that camp was my parents' sixth child, and they nurtured it and loved it, and when the time came for them to leave and turn this beloved Camp Solomon Schechter over to someone to keep it thriving, they turned it over to Judy Kahn. And it was a very smart thing to do, and she lived up to everyone's fondest hopes, especially with Gary by her side, keeping everything going. And camp did really well, and that's an important thing when you're able to create and cultivate something and then know that you can pass it on to people who will keep it going door to door. But beyond that, I love Gary and Judith Kahn, and I know that so many people in our community do because of your good spirits, your top-notch smarts, and your endless caring for the Jewish community and the broader community of Portland and the judicial community. And but beyond that also, I know that both of you have just hearts of gold and are so dear to all of us Stamfers and so many people who are celebrating with you today. So it's a true honor from the bottom of my heart to give you this award, and I'm just so happy.
Thank you, Ilana. It was the best job I ever had. I loved being at camp.
Thank you.
Well, it's wildly deserving because of their commitment for these last 52 years. You know, my parents have, since that first summer that I attended, have been very, very committed to making certain that Camp Solomon Schechter thrives and is maintained for the future in ways that, frankly, far surpass what it was like in 1970 when I first attended.
My mom worked for the camp, as you know. She was the executive director for a while, and so she really put her all into that. She would be up there for the full summers with the sleepless nights, just like everybody expects for a summer camp director. And, just really gave so much of herself, of her love, of her energy. And my dad was incredibly supportive of that. He missed her a lot in the summer. He was left home alone and would come up for Shabbat and have to sit with all the noise of the Chadar Ochel, but he was incredibly supportive of it, and because he knew how much it meant to all of us, to all of the family, and wanted to be a part of growing the camp and seeing that it was going to be thriving for the next generation.
But I think they also, understand that Jewish camping in the Northwest is important for Jewish continuity, and I think continuing to support a camp that supports and creates Jewish continuity is very important to them. I'm proud of my parents for being honored, and I hope that everyone else watching this takes the same level of pride in what my parents have done, but also pride in what you can do for camp as well.
my mom was the administrator at camp, which really was the director of camp. And she trusted me to be the summer director. So we actually were working very closely together, talk a lot about camp, about staff, about programming. And for my dad, it was simply supporting her. She was gone for the summer, and she was working hard. And he would come visit on the weekends, and he was very supportive of her, because this, as she knew, and our whole family knew, was maybe the most important thing she could do, which was making every summer at camp be fantastic and amazing.
And for me, for somebody who did not go to camp, that was, it was huge, sending them off at the age of 7 and saying, you know, your baby's gonna go to camp regardless, you know, whether it's an experience you're familiar with or not. And we, you know, sent them both off and never looked back.
I have always felt so blessed to be part of this family, going way back to 7th grade when I became friends with Sarah at camp. And having Papa and Gev as my in-laws is the best gift I could have ever imagined. They are the most supportive, caring, loving, generous, compassionate, respectful in-laws and second set of parents that I could have ever imagined. And to think that they take those same traits and put them toward the community at large and to camp specifically is absolutely inspiring to me.
Judy and Gary, mazel tov on this well-deserved award. You know, Judy, I remember so fondly our years working together, how you always supported and encouraged me to bring the best possible Judaics programming I could think of to the camp, and your support always meant so much to me. You and your wonderful children, Judy and Gary, are people I love and respect so much. What a wonderful legacy you have created. Mazal tov, and thank you.
Oh my God, what can you say? In each of those communities, they are deeply involved. Again, not just giving and not just showing up at events, but they are just part of those communities because they care so much about it. So when you have people like that, and then you add on top of that their generosity and their commitment in volunteering in various ways, you just have a profound impact. It's like the very embodiment of what Jewish community engagement should be.
Hey, Aunt Judy and Uncle Gary. Congratulations on this amazing award. You are so deserving. We always have known what a presence you are in the Portland Jewish community, and this sense of responsibility and leadership you have passed on to your children.
As for us, you are entirely the reason that we went to Camp Solomon Schechter and brought an LA contingency with us. When it was time for our own children to pick their sleepaway camp, they also knew that Schechter was the place for them. It is now their happy place as well. We can't imagine our lives without you and without Camp Solomon Schechter. Mazel tov!
We love you!
Judith and Gary, you absolutely get it. Thank you for prioritizing the Jewish community in Camp Solomon Schechter. You're a true dugma'ot and understand the importance of philanthropy and the power of our fully immersive setting. Your investments in camp have made an immediate and long-term impact. Hundreds of first-time campers in Oregon and Southwest Washington have benefited from the Judith and Gary Kahn First-Time Campership Fund. And you've also played an active role in naming the kitchen in our most recent capital campaign. I continue to be inspired by your generosity, support, and leadership. Chazak chazak v'nech chazek. From strength to strength. Toda Rabbi.
Hi, we're the Lafranos.
Erez.
And Rich. We've been going to Camp Solomon Schechter for about 5 or 6 years, and it's been so important to us. It's given us a great connection to the Jewish community here in Oregon. And we especially want to say thanks to the Kahn family for the scholarship fund that they created that makes camp so affordable for so many families like us and others. So thank you so much. We love Schechter.
We also just wanted to give a huge thanks to the Kahn family because the scholarship that Shiri got made it possible for us to not have to choose between summer activities. We were able to do a couple different things, including Shiri's rookie year, which was amazing, and the scholarship was a big part in helping us make that decision, so thank you so much.
I love Camp Solomon Schechter!
I think in the way I started, Pacific Northwest have small Jewish communities. very small Jewish communities. It's not LA, it's not New York. It's not where you live in a neighborhood that's all Jewish and everybody in your grade school's Jewish. This is an environment they can go to and they are all Jewish.
I think that when I think of camp or see camp, I just recall all the happy times that our children had there. Because whenever they came back home after camp, they missed it. But they sang songs, told us stories, told us about their new friends. It was just wonderful.
There was really nothing that I didn't like about camp. I mean, I liked Tefillot. I loved it when our cabin got to lead services. It was a time to show off. Here's what I know, right? And as a young kid at camp, that was cool.
I loved the fact that the kids had built up this big network of friends throughout the Pacific Northwest in Vancouver. And that was really an amazing thing. And just to watch it over the years and all the kids, the bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvah, having camp friends there, it was really spectacular, the community that they had made.
And so as a result, it becomes a very formative, powerful way for a Jewish child to identify as a Jew.
Portland is blessed with some really incredible members of the Jewish community who just walk through the world with a beautiful kind of sense of menschlichkeit, of decency, that embodies everything we're all about. And Judy and Gary have exemplified that throughout their entire time here, and they've passed it on to their beautiful children. And it's just a gift for Portland.
Growing up as a young Jewish girl in Spokane was pretty lonely. There isn't a huge Jewish community here, and so that meant outside of synagogue, I didn't get to interact with a whole lot of kids who were like me. It made me feel like I needed to put on a mask a lot of the times because no one else really got it. And I had times where I dealt with anti-Semitism or just felt completely isolated, especially when I was in middle school and I was the only Jewish kid in my entire middle school. It was really tough. But every summer when I would come to camp, even just for those 3 weeks, I got to take off my mask, and I really felt like I could be me there, especially, being able to talk in Hebrew, pray, and just be with others who were just like me. And I didn't always feel comfortable about being open about my Jewish identity, and camp really gave me the strength and confidence to be able to do that. And camp served as the foundation for me to build my Jewish identity, my Jewish story, and even my Jewish confidence. At camp, I learned who I am as a Jew, and I became so comfortable with that part of myself. As that comfort grew and I grew, I was able to carry that part of my identity back with me from camp so that I was able to be my full Jewish self back at home. Camp really helped build that bridge into the real world, and so I didn't have to feel scared or ashamed of who I am. I came back from camp more confident in my Judaism and so open to educating people about it. And now, as a senior in high school, all of my friends know I'm Jewish. I speak proudly about it when Jewish holidays are here. I love to share food with my friends and just be who I am finally. And now I know I can build that bridge for the next generation. As a madricha at camp, I know I'm a role model for those kiddos in the same place that I was, and now I get to help them feel safe at camp and be proud to be Jewish. Camp built that bridge for me, and now I'm doing it for the next generation, which feels so meaningful to me. Every Jewish child deserves this, a space that they can feel comfortable and safe, where they feel at home in their Judaism, like their Judaism belongs to them. Today, right now, you can help me build this bridge for all campers and our Jewish future. Brick by brick, we can build this bridge together. Please join me right now in donating to camp so that this special place will be here for many generations to come. My life would look completely different, the friendships I forged, the memories cemented, and the Jewish values that now guide me. Your life would look different too. Look around, your family, friends far and near, all would look different. How many other stories and Jewish journeys would look different? I wouldn't change that for the world. And I know I don't stand alone. The time is now. It's time for you to make a difference, an impact, make history.
Zoe, thank you for sharing that beautiful story. Thanks for being so vulnerable. You're smart, strong, and confident. You have so much to be proud of. Your message is truly inspiring, and you're right. You're definitely not alone. Okay, Camp Solomon Schechter, it is go time. We have a record-breaking $200,000 matching pool, and we can't leave any dollars on the table. Remember, our matchmakers are matching every gift over $180 in every net new gift. I want to challenge you right now. Our community loves a challenge, and we have one. Let's see if we can raise $60,000. That's right, $60,000 in the next 5 minutes. I want to see those gifts start pouring in. We'll make it really easy for you. Please click on the link in the chat. You see the link? I'm almost certain it's there. You can grab it right now in the chat. It should take you less than 4 minutes to donate. All right, I'm starting to see those donations start trickling in. It's time to give big. It's time to stretch your gifts. If you're a camp alum, a friend of the cons, a friend of camp, a parent of a camper, or a member of the community, it's time to double down and support our beloved camp. We can do it. We can make history today. We have several friends out there in the community hosting watch parties this year. I thought it would be fun to take a moment to check in on them. We're going to start with Leah Conley, our new development director, and Duncan Gilman, our newest board member. They're streaming live at Machane Camp Solomon Schechter right now. Turn on Leah and Duncan.
We're so happy to see everyone. We're having so much fun from camp. Thank you, everybody, for your gifts. Rabbi Edith's here. Schachter's here. All of our friends are here.
I love it.
Thank you for giving us this gift of camp for all of these new campers and friends from Neve. We love camp!
All right, let's stopping by the Leshes now. I don't know if Jackie's online. Is Jackie out there? Oh, Jackie, come on. I'm hoping you're serving lasagna. And be careful. Don't step in it. Now we're going to go up to Sheldon Franken from beautiful British Columbia. Our friends up north. How we doing in Van City, Sheldon? Well, you're on mute. I know we've heard that a lot over the last 2.5 years. Now we're going to make a pit stop at the Josh Niehaus Schiller Deutsch house party. Where are we at? Oh my goodness. Josh, we see enough of you. Let's check in on that beautiful new baby, Jalen.
How young do you take campers? We're ready to send them.
All right, let's sign them up. We're taking 3-month-old now. Let's get them in camp. And our last stop, of course, we need to check in on the Kahn family. Sarah, what a beautiful tribute to your parents. How's it going over there?
Your fingers in there, Jake.
Hey!
Oh my goodness. Look at all those Kahns. I'm wondering if we get a sneak peek of one of those infamous Kahn talent shows. Any chance?
Not today, but we're so thrilled to be here with the guests of honor back here. We love this program.
What an awesome program.
So proud of everything that camp has become.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, a special shout out to all our watch party hosts, our matchmakers for challenging the community to give big, and our Schechter Spark sponsors for helping us secure the match. I also want to take the opportunity to thank my team. You're the best group of professionals in the business, and without you, the organization doesn't continue to soar. Thanks for dedicating your time, energy, and soul to our fully immersive mission. I love going to work with you each and every day. Before I conclude my time, I wanted to take a moment to recognize and celebrate the life of Jean Huppen. Jean was instrumental in creating an endowment for the Jewish youth of Spokane to attend Camp Solomon Schechter and to travel abroad to Israel. Jean and Jerry received the Rabbi Joshua and Goldie Stamfer a Blessed Memory Migdal Or Award from camp just last year. Jean was also very active in his Washington Jewish community. He has inspired a deep love of Judaism in his family and community. Our entire Schechter family extends our deepest condolences to Jerry Huppen and the extended Huppen family. May the Huppen family be comforted along with all the mourners in Zion, and may the memory of Jean be for blessing. And now back to our previously scheduled program with a beautiful tribute by our artist in residence, a true rock star, Dan Nichols.
Oh, yes. Camp Solomon Schechter. Hi, everybody. This is Dan Nichols. I hope you're great. I'm okay. And I'm excited to be singing with you and for you today. I'm going to pretend you're singing along with me. A song leader always hopes that people are going to sing along. I want to sing a song for you from Psalm 97. It's a tune that I wrote, 22 years ago now. Psalm 97 that says, "Light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright in heart." And I just want to thank everybody at Schechter who's giving big and stretching their gifts. When you do that, you're bringing so much light, so much joy to our campers and even to our staff who are learning how to become more responsible adults given this responsibility of caring for a child. I know for me as a camp counselor for 3 or 4 summers, it taught me to be the parent that I want to be today to a 16-year-old girl. And so I'm grateful to you for your giving and your support, and I want to sing this song to honor that and to shine a light on the work. Bum biddy 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 bum. Someday I'm gonna hear you sing that with me. Na ma na na ma na na ma na na ma na ma na ma na ma na. Or zaru ala tzadik ul Yisrael simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ul Yisrael simcha. We must keep our hopes alive. We must raise our voices high. We must hold each other tight. We must stand up in the night and be alive. Or zaru ala tzadik ul Yisrael simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ul Yisrael simcha. We must spread our love around. We must feel this spiritual sound. We must work till peace has come. We must love and live as one and be alive. Or zaru ala tzadik ul Yisrael simcha. 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 Namana 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 namana. Bum biddy 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 bum. Thanks for having me join you. Let's go out and be the light in the world, starting with one camper, one staff member at a time. Take care of yourself. Hope to sing with you this summer. Bye.
Steve, I just wanted to thank you so much for hosting Schechter Spark Oh my goodness, man. You helped us raise so many critical funds for camp. So tell me, how was your day as camp director?
Well, first of all, thanks for letting me be a part of it. It's so great to be a part of the Schechter family. And honestly, I feel like I could do the camp director job. I feel like I got the personality for it. What do you think? You have a future there?
Steve, probably don't quit your day job.
You know what? Fine. I won't.
Hum,
Thanks, everybody. So nice to see y'all. Oh my goodness, the party continues. Where's the after party? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hannah, where are you? That looks magical. Nice and sunny. Oh my goodness. I don't think you can talk to me. I can only talk to you. Everyone's still muted. That's great. You just have to listen to me.